AWS won't let me create another account, so this one will have to do the trick. If you want to see me create the entire account from zero, watch the video that I have placed probably above this one. But for now, hit create instance. So make sure you selected the latest Ubuntu version. You have selected Linux up here, operating system down here. Now scroll down, you'll insert the name of this instance down here. So for my case, let's type in free course. Up here, you'll get to choose the size of the computer. And this is a very important step because you can run n8n and everything here in this $5 plan, but it really isn't ideal. And if you just go for this $7 plan, you'll be able to run everything. This is free for the first 90 days. Don't be mistaken into thinking that each instance has this 90-day free trial. This is only valid for the first instance that you create. So this account, for example, I've created it like 6 months ago. And it still has this first 90 days free, but it won't be free because I've already used those 90 days. So don't get tricked by light sale. This won't be free after you use it for the first time. Also, if you're using a completely new account, you won't be able to choose this $12 plan because a new account has some restrictions. So just select the $7 plan, scroll down here and hit create instance. This is actually pretty fast. So if you just F5 this couple times, you'll see that, yeah, it's already running. Open it up, just clicking on it. You'll see it's correctly running. If you hit connect using SSH, this tab will open up. Despite what it says here, it's probably still starting. So let's close that and wait for a while. Nice. Now that it's running successfully, let's head over to the main Easypanel website. It's easypanel.io. As soon as you get there, just copy this command down here. Type in sudo s. You will have permission as a root user. Paste in the Easypanel command, hit enter, and that's it. For a more basic user, this is all the command you'll ever need to use n8n. This should take around a minute or two. As soon as it's done, you'll see this message right here. And similar to what happened to the Lightsail instance status, this says it's already running, but you'll have to wait a while for it to actually run. And while you're waiting, head over to the networking tab, and you'll have to add a rule here. This rule is 3000, hit create. As it's saying up here, this is a rule you're defining that's opening a port to the internet. The port you want to open is the 3000, which is where Easypanel is being installed. Copy that, head over to a new tab, place that in, and you'll be prompted to fill in your email. Let's place in this email. Let's select this strong password. And in here, feel free to type in the AI Forge. Just hit setup and it will create the Easypanel instance for you. The most important step here is making sure it's in dark mode because you don't want to be blind 2 years from now. Now what you do have is a visual interface to manage everything you have. A developer or some DevOps would look at this and say that we're crazy to use this, simply because it occupies a lot of memory, it frequently uses more CPU than necessary, and that all just allows us to create things much faster and easier with an interface. So yeah, there are the drawbacks, but there's also a lot of cool features, and you can get this to production pretty easily. If eventually scaling is a problem for you, you might consider not using Easypanel anymore, but until you get to that point, well, congratulations, you've made a successful app. For now, let's head over to create project. This project name will be course. Hit create. That name, you can place whatever you want. Hit the plus sign right here, which will allow you to create a service. The first service we want to create is Redis. So for Redis, let's just name it Redis as the service name. Hit create. That will be created. Now, I really like to temporarily hold the credentials in my notepad. For you to get these credentials, just go down here, click credentials, and this is your internal connection URL. Copy this, paste it in your notepad. Don't save this for security issues, but now you will have this here while we're configuring everything. So leave that there, go over to another service creation and select Postgres. For the Postgres service name, just place in Postgres, hit create. It will come up with a secure password for you. Go down to the credentials, select the internal connection URL and paste it down here. Nice. For our final service, now comes n8n. Select n8n right here. You can create it like it is. If you want it to always have the latest version, you just change this to latest. But since I want to show you guys later on how you can update even when you already created the instance, I'll create it like it is right now. So hit create, close that. The instance will start to build. Now down inside the source is where you will update your n8n instance. If you want to update it to the latest version, just type in here latest, save it and deploy it. Since it's being deployed right now, I can't do that, but let's head over to the overview, wait for it to deploy. Nice, now it has successfully deployed. I can go back to the source, place in latest, save it, and now deploy. That's it. That's how you update your n8n instance whenever you need to. It has deployed again, and now you'll want to hit open. If I open this, probably it won't work. The step for it to work right now is allowing your servers to use HTTPS. You won't need to do this step inside of DigitalOcean and nor inside of Hostinger. Those are the only two other platforms that I've tested this in. And it runs normally. Just in AWS Lightsail, we have this problem, and it's really simple to fix. You just add an HTTP rule in the IPv4 firewall. With that added, you can go over here and just F5, and you'll be able to access your n8n instance. Fill everything in, select a strong password. I don't want to receive security and product updates. Just hit next, and you're in here. So this part, you can skip this, but this license key, don't skip it. This is really awesome because you get access to the workflow history, advanced debugging, and execution search and tagging. These are all really great features, especially the workflow history. Send to your email that license key. Open up your email and your license key will be right here. Copy it, head down where your name is, click the three dots, settings, and in usage plan, you enter the activation key. Activate, and that's it, you're registered. So now you can start your first workflow. We're not going to do that for this moment. We want to insert some credentials. Add first credential. What credential do we want to insert? Postgres, hit continue. So now we have to fill this out, and you could just go back to your Easypanel, go to Postgres credentials, and the user is specified over here. For the user, it's already Postgres. For the password, copy that, place it down here. For the internal host, this is important, place it down here. And I believe this is all because the database is Postgres. All this, the port is that. You can hit save and it will check to see if your Postgres connected successfully. If you don't have this open and you want to use that string we had previously, just pay attention to this structure. So this place will always be the username. This will be the password, followed by the host, which is followed by the port, and finally the database. To make sure it's all correct, let's copy this course, head down to the database, fill it in, save, and connection was successful. And now we do have a successful Postgres account credential. Let's create another credential, hit drop down up there. This credential is going to be for Redis, hit continue, and same thing. Go back to the Redis, credentials, user is default, then internal host is this. For the password, we're going to place it up there. And I believe those are all the necessary information. This port, we don't need to fill that in just because it's already using the default port, but pay attention to that. And also, if you're not using a database that is in the same service as your n8n, this will be different. So if you're using an n8n from another server, you want to go over to the Redis or the Postgres, hit expose, and then expose this in a public port. Let's say something like 8798, just for testing purpose. Hit save. This will generate an external connection URL. This can be used by another server and not just an internal connection. But I don't want to do that, so leave that at 0, save, and then it just makes it more secure since no other server can reach it. With everything filled in, hit save. It will successfully test the connection. And now we have successfully gone through the process of creating an instance. Inside that instance, placing Easypanel. Inside of Easypanel, placing n8n, Postgres, Redis, and configured its credentials inside of the n8n service.